Today's reading of Acharemos and Kedoshim includes the mitzvah to love the ger. Here's what the Torah says. When a ger resides with you in your land, you shall not wrong them. The ger who resides with you shall be to you as a born Jew. You shall love them as yourself, for you were gerim in the land of Egypt. The term ger is taken to refer to a convert, one who is not born Jewish but undertakes to become Jewish and live by the Torah. From time to time, I have had the rare and humbling privilege of meeting with people seeking to convert. One such meeting from a long time ago sticks in my mind. We had a long chat about the time it takes, what needs to be done, and so on. Eventually, he told me his story. He had been brought up in poverty-stricken circumstances, and the circles he mixed in were stridently anti-Jewish. Life was hard and harsh, and somewhat insular. But he also came across Jewish people from time to time, and felt an unaccountable affinity to them and to what they did. He missed them when they were not around, and wanted to be like them. In reflecting on his life to date, he said that he felt he actually had a Jewish soul, and that God had placed him where he was, and set him the task of becoming Jewish. That was his journey, and no obstacle was going to deter him. The great affection and reverence that prospective converts tend to feel towards Judaism is inspiring. They have to work so hard for what most of us are born into, and they treasure up their Jewish knowledge and experiences, eager for the next one and hungry for Jewish learning. The Or HaChaim explains that there is more to the Torah's comparison between converts and born Jews than meets the eye. We are all alike, not only because of our political history as outsiders in Egypt, but because, like converts, our birth as a nation took place in a non-Jewish environment, Egypt. Just as converts have come from a place with no apparent Torah or Jewish heritage, so all born Jews are descendants of the slaves in Egypt, placed there by God, with any glimmer of Jewish holiness swamped and dimmed by Egyptian culture. Like conversion nowadays, the generation of the Exodus had to undertake an immensely challenging process to be worthy of receiving the Torah. They lived on a knife edge for 7 weeks between Pesach and Shavuos, in the threatening environment of the Sinai desert, trusting that God was indeed leading them to a land flowing with milk and honey, that they would not die of starvation or dehydration, that no enemy or desert predator would set upon them. Only after that, and a final 3 days of purification, were they worthy of receiving the Torah. Through the story of Pesach and Shavuos, we carefully preserve a folk memory of this, our own conversion process. Which leads me to a painful riddle. Where do we find within ourselves the convert's awe and gratitude on looking into Judaism from outside? We might rattle off Olenu, a prayer which expresses our deep gratitude for our heritage, without thinking about the mighty vision which the words convey, or zip through the primeval metaphysics of Adon Olam while folding up a talis or reaching for a coat. The Chazan's repetition of the Amidah is higher than the silent Amidah, because it is an opportunity for us to unite as a community, joined together as one massive, multifaceted soul in every word of this prayer. Yet this high point in our service risks becoming catch-up time with friends. The prospective convert, on the other hand, most likely regards it as a tremendous honor merely to possess a siddur, to look at our prayers printed on a page, never mind saying them, never mind joining in our communal experience. Maybe our familiarity with our services, with our mitzvahs, with our Torah, has bred contempt. Maybe if we are so unmoved by such moving things, something has gone wrong. So what are we to do? The answer lies perhaps in the very process of the counting of the Omer, this time of year when we count up the days between Pesach and Shavuos. Every year when we do this, the holiness of that amazing conversion process in the desert is back with us. It is precisely now that we can look inward to consider how we might still be slaves to the spiritual void around us. How, like the Jews of Egypt, we are simply numb to the challenges and beauty of our heritage. It is precisely now that we can set off bravely, leaving our comfort zones, to try something new, to convert parts of ourselves to function in a better and more Jewish way. We will know if we have achieved this, because we will feel a tingle of wonder even about things that we have been doing for many years. In those areas we choose to work on, we will be eager for more experiences and hungry for more learning. The first step in this beautiful process is an acceptance that miracles can happen. This is what the Jews in the desert learned as the Jewish journey from Pesach to Shavuos, from Egypt to the foot of Mount Sinai, was bedecked with open miracles. The Jews ate manna from heaven and drank water from a rock. They defeated mighty enemies and were surrounded by clouds of glory. We can use this time well to set our goals and chart our voyage. Within and at the end of this journey lies the miracle of new inspiration, the hard-won wonder and passion of the convert, which is actually a birthright for us all.